The world is in crisis. It's making a lot of people wonder how they can evolve in the midst of all this chaos. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assess where you are in your journey. I'll also show you how you can take your next steps forward. Your ability to evolve completely hinges on your experience and your understanding of your own spiritual awakening. So let's start with that first. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean. For over 30 years, I've worked together with Telstar and Michael to help thousands of people navigate the events on this planet so they can stay on a natural path of cosmic human evolution. Now, if we're going to talk about evolving in the midst of world chaos, we have to begin by talking about where you need to be centered. So our conversation has to begin with the subject of your own personal spiritual awakening. Now, I know there are countless people online who are happy to tell you the meaning of your own spiritual awakening, but I'm not going to do that. The reason I'm not going to do that is because your awakening is one of a kind. No one else on earth has the same experience of awakening that you do. And that is true for everyone. A spiritual awakening is a deeply personal and unpredictable experience that is unique for every individual that goes through this. It is meant to be informed by God, the universe, and your own intimate connection with your deepest self. It is not meant to be informed by countless online spiritual influencers who claim to know everything about you, your life, and what you are experiencing. Yes, guidance from others is fine, and that's what I'm going to offer you here. But I think a line gets crossed when that guidance goes a little too far and literally hijacks your experience into something else that no longer belongs to you. I'm talking about the common spiritual belief that awakening is a collective experience. The truth is that there is nothing collective about it. No one will ever have the same experience of awakening that you do. And that is true for every single one of us. Evolution is also completely personal and unique to every individual. No two people evolve in exactly the same way. So in order to assess where you are starting from today on your journey of evolution, we need to clear up exactly how you are looking at your own awakening experience. That is the starting point. I'm sure that you guys can tell me how countless spiritual influencers are interpreting your awakening experience. I'll share what you've probably heard, and then I'll explain why we need to clear this out if you want to be the driver who is in command of your own journey. Someone commented under my last video asking how we evolve, which is an excellent question. And that really got me thinking very deeply about what is happening in regards to this subject. So let's do a little personal assessment here, and then hopefully you will be able to see exactly where you are starting from. That way you can better understand how you can personally evolve. Now, I will venture a guess that the overwhelming majority of spiritual leaders and teachers view spiritual awakening as a collective human experience. They will tell you why you awakened and what it means about you. They will tell you what you are experiencing day to day and how you should be interpreting your own experience. But see, when they go too far, they are actually overriding the more profound personal guidance that is really meant to be just for you. We have to address this because if you are viewing your awakening through a collective lens, then it's quite possible that you have left your own personal path of evolution. So let me give you a very condensed version of the most popular view of spiritual awakening when seen as a collective situation. Here's how it goes. Humanity is waking up so that we can usher the collective into a higher dimension of 5D and bring about the new Earth. And there are countless tangents that branch off from that. Here are just a few. We are all ascending into 5D and the new Earth. You need to be a certain way with a high vibration so that you can be one of the ones who makes it to 5D. If you don't have the right energy, or if you unknowingly fail in some way, you risk being left in 3D. Here's another one. Your job is to shift the collective of humanity into a higher level of consciousness. That's why you're here. You're here to be a light for everyone else who is stuck in 3D. Now, what do all of these interpretations have in common? They all fail to acknowledge you as an individual human being who is on their own unique journey of evolution. Instead, they claim that this is a massive group experience that you are here to be a part of. They will tell you that this is why you had your awakening. You are meant to be a part of that larger group. These teachers and influencers then designate themselves to be the leaders of this larger worldwide group of collectively awakening humans. So here's what you need to consider when assessing where you are in your own evolutionary journey. If you have interpreted your awakening as meaning that you are a part of this massive worldwide group of people who all believe they are here for the same essential purpose, then you, as your unique self, with your own special experience, you are going to get lost in that flood of collective belief. See, here's the thing, you guys. You can't have it both ways. If you see your awakening as meaning that you are a part of a large worldwide group, it's nearly impossible for you to know what you should be doing for yourself without going to the self-appointed leaders of that collective group. Here's what it comes down to. You are either a unique individual on your own personalized journey, or you are part of a global spiritual group. You need to decide which you want to be. If you want to maintain the belief that you are part of a worldwide group of awakened humans, then you are going to have to interpret your personal experience through the larger mandate of that group. You will have to filter your entire experience through the collective belief systems of that group. And if you are more comfortable with that choice, then, of course, it is your right to live in that way. But there are certain consequences to being part of a large group of nameless humans who have all been told the exact same thing about why they are here and what they are supposed to be doing. You will never be free to understand the magic and incredibly personal ways that the universe can guide you as an individual human being, because you will always have to measure yourself against the larger beliefs of this massive group. You will have to go back to the leaders again and again to find out if you are measuring up to their purported status quo according to their view of awakening and ascension. You will have to go back to them again and again to find out the current meaning of whatever it is that you are experiencing. Okay, now let's say that you decide that you are done with that sort of group lifestyle. Let's say you've had enough of being told who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, and you are ready to discover your own unique evolutionary path. A good first step is to take some time to just be with yourself. And then ask yourself who you are without this larger group umbrella? Do you even know who you are? Or has that become a frightening question to answer outside of the group? So that's the first question that you want to ask yourself. Are you willing to just be you without interpreting your entire life through the belief systems of the group? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to set aside all of the 5D, New Earth, mass ascension beliefs and just be you? A unique human being who is here on this earth to evolve. Are you willing to be that free? Because if you want to experience the magic of true evolution at an individual level, you need to be free. You will need to be free to be yourself without having to comply with this larger so-called group ascension experience. So I would start off there. And if you sit in that place of freedom, yet feel that you don't have any answers, that's okay. This is just the first step in getting to know yourself again as you truly are. You need to make space to just be with you. Now, what you want to do next is to do a simple life's review of your own awakening experience. What type of spiritual awakening did you have? Was it a sudden, unexpected, dramatic moment? Or was it very, very gradual, like the sunrise, where you start to see a glimmer of light that slowly emerges throughout your life over what might even be a long period of time? Here's an example of what a gradual awakening might look like. Sometimes it starts with a sudden inner shift where you begin to realize that perhaps things are not exactly what they seem on the surface. Things that used to interest you maybe don't interest you quite as much anymore. Now you are looking for something more, although you may not know what that is. You may feel more alert and aware at a deeper level, but yet you don't know how to explain this feeling to others or even to yourself at first. Maybe you just became aware of an expanding level of consciousness, but you hadn't figured out where to place that experience in your everyday life. There are countless ways that every unique human awakening experience can unfold. And as I said before, no two awakenings are ever alike. Now, the reason I suggest that you review your own awakening experience is because if you fell into that group consciousness of beliefs, you probably missed out on many of the subtle gifts that your unique awakening was prepared to offer you, because you were trying to measure yourself according to the beliefs inside the group. A spiritual awakening does not give you everything all at once. It might emerge in your life in a very dramatic way at first, and the gifts and paths that it can offer you as an individual could unfold quickly. But more often than not, it could take years to unfold. I'll tell you what a spiritual awakening does not do. It does not separate you from family and friends and tell you that you are better and more evolved than they are. It does not indicate that you are a chosen 5D entity who is more evolved than the people in your life. Just because they do not understand the experience you are having does not mean that you are better and more evolved than they are. This is not a race, you guys. This kind of thinking is completely artificial, it's made up, and it has nothing to do with the reality of our human presence on this planet. But if you try to measure the people in your life against the 5D New Earth belief system, you will find yourself feeling very isolated and very much alone. And the people in your life might start to think that you're crazy. Because let's be honest, you actually sound a bit crazy. It would be completely natural for friends and family to worry about a loved one who continues to put their life on hold and believe in fantastical New Age stories that never ever come to pass. If you start regurgitating the stories that so many online spiritual influencers are promoting, I would not be at all surprised if the people in your life believe that you are in a cult. But that's for another video. Now, if you are willing to clear all of that out and revisit your own private journey of awakening, then you will be able to put yourself on a path of evolution that is unique and special for you. Let me finish with a few things that you will want to consider when looking at your own journey to evolve. A journey of evolution starts with becoming more and more clear about who you are at a cosmic level of being. That means connecting with your true self that exists as the empowered human creator that you are when you shed all of the old conditioning. It starts with a new and deeper understanding of yourself that is more aligned with your individual essence. Your awakening opens a doorway to a deeper, more profound connection with life and the universe. It can lead you to a discovery of your own unique purpose in being on this planet. That is a purpose that you alone can discover because that purpose arises from deep within you. No one on the outside can tell you what your unique individual purpose is. So now let's summarize. Starting a personal journey of evolution involves the following things at the beginning. Decide if you want your life to be defined by a New Age group system of beliefs. If that's your choice, then what you will be told to define as your evolution will necessarily be in compliance with the group's beliefs. Just understand that this will limit your ability to fully benefit from everything that your personal awakening has to offer you. On the other hand, if you are ready to empower yourself on your own sovereign journey, here's what to do next. Go back to the beginning and do a simple life review of your overall awakening experience. This will get you started by increasing your level of consciousness around exactly what has happened in your life. And because you are now functioning in a sovereign way, you may pick up on certain subtle messages that you missed the first time around. And finally, give yourself the time and space to feel comfortable with yourself and with your unique experience of awakening. See what happens when you let go of the need to be told by spiritual authority figures what it all means. This is how you can begin to create the space for your awakening to start slowly integrating with your everyday life. And I'll add one more extra thing. If you have been encouraged by others to view your awakening as something that should separate you from the other people in your life, I would consider letting go of that perspective. Now, of course, it's fine if you feel naturally inclined to make personal changes in your relationships. But once you brainwash yourself with a belief that you are 5D and they are only 3D, then you have placed an artificial dividing line between yourself and other people. And that is not helpful to you or anyone else. I will have much more to say about this going forward, but for now, I think this is a great place to start. Now, I would love to hear from you guys. What is your current position on your awakening experience? Are you ready to discover the incredible magic of sovereignty? Or do you still feel more comfortable being in an environment of spiritual groupthink? Leave me a comment and share your thoughts below. I would love to know how you guys are looking at all of this. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And share this video out with anyone who you think could benefit from what I have shared with you today. And with that, I'm sending you so much love, light, and high vibrational energy. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.